Hello everyone, welcome to Marketing Monday. Today we're testing out a new avatar. I know, we're testing it out, we're working it through, product testing. Let me know if you like it. Maybe we'll keep it around. I don't know. But today we're talking about the gaming cartels. Or more specifically, how one of these cartels has created themselves a massive stockpile of product. Now, you might remember on a previous one of our videos, we talked about how Sony became the arms dealer of the streaming wars. How they were able to leverage their position as both somebody who owns a lot of media and who has a distribution method for said media to more or less play both sides of the whole getting people to watch TV at home deal. You know, cut the cord on cable, so to speak. Now, gaming, it's a bit different, so to speak. It's more like a cartel. You got your Nvidia GeForce Now and your Amazon Luna, the sort of smaller dealers who have themselves some products that you may or may not like. It's more for the niche crowd, so to speak. You got the family-friendly Nintendo who's not really giving you that hard stuff, but it makes you keep coming back. And then you have PlayStation and Xbox, who are sort of like the hardline cocaine in this I guess, five ad of gaming developers and gaming companies. Now, Sony themselves, they like to create their own products. They've got God of War, they've got Spider-Man, they've got The Last of Us, as well as a litany of other products and titles. And they've gotten a lot of these titles by either creating new studios, such as Santa Monica Studios, acquiring mid to small level studios, such as Naughty Dog, making their very own studios from the ground up, like PlayStation Studios, or doing a little bit more of a high profile type of buy when they acquired Bungie Studios, who, between these, have a fairly decent lineup of games on their own. Now, Xbox and the boys over there, they got a different strategy. Because, developing their own products, like our good boys here, it costs money, and it's like it's so hard to do. I mean, like, why would you ever want to just create new things? It's so cringe. So they followed this quote that I found by Josh Kaufman. For everything we don't like to do, like spending money, there's someone out there who's really good, wants to do it, and will enjoy it. Now, Microsoft kind of took this and was just like, we don't want to develop new IPs. We just want IPs that exist, print us massive stacks of cash, and we could probably milk for a few billion or so. Just a couple billion for the boys. So that has led them to create a absolute behemoth of a title list, acquiring studios for millions, if not billions, of dollars. Here on this list, we see some very notable titles. We have things like Knights of the Old Republic, Dishonored, Starfield, Fallout, Minecraft, Age of Empires, Halo, Forza. The list goes on. This, on its own, is a fairly solid list. You got some like top 10 games here, some top 10 franchises here. And so Microsoft has more or less been able to get by and make these acquisitions kind of just unimposed. Nobody really stopped them when they bought Minecraft for 325 million. Nobody stopped them when they bought ZeniMax for a couple billion. More than a couple billion, but it's a good amount of billions. Good amount of B's, so to speak. Nobody stopped them, and it's allowed them to create a massive list of titles. And now in their crosshairs, they're trying to add even more. With Activision Blizzard, they are trying to add Call of Duty, a multi-billion-dollar franchise, Overwatch, a multi-billion-dollar franchise, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, who maybe not multi-billion, but are PlayStation exclusive and have history with the PlayStation brand, which kind of is a bit a salt in the wound for some of the Sony fans and Sony execs, as well as owning Diablo, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and for the maybe 3 mobile gamers here who watch my channel, Candy Crush. So, yeah, you can now know that you can, match 3 jelly beans, and those 3 jelly beans go to help support the Microsoft bundle for whoever they make it for. I don't know their mobile division. Now this is just a crazy lineup in it of itself. It really jabs, honestly, at PlayStation's overall player base. Call of Duty is played 42% of all of the players in the world play on PlayStation. To give a comparison, that figure is around like 28, 29-ish percent for Xbox. There's a big gap. There's a sizable gap between the people who play on PlayStation and the people who play on Xbox, which is why it's become such a sticking point in this whole deal. Single player franchises like a lot of these, you can kind of get away with it. Who really cares? But the big online franchises, that's where the money's made. That's where you can sell some consoles. Which is kind of depressing because it basically has left us with one savior. Or 2 saviors or 3 saviors, depending on how you look at it. Our first savior, maybe savior, is the UK, who I really don't know where they're going to go on this. They could either approve the deal, like pretty much everyone else and their mother would probably do, because what is stopping monopolies in this day and age? Or they could reject the deal, which I think is better for the overall consumers. Let the companies fight it out. Don't let one company own them all. Why have a monopoly when you can just have a bunch of people fighting it out, creating better and better games? It's so much better for the overall industry. And in America, we have this beautiful man who could theoretically persuade the FTC to actually, stop a major corporate merger instead of just, letting it go on through and creating bigger and bigger conglomerates and companies. But there's a third person who, based on the amount of, Yep Cokes and Atriok salutes and really just all the memes that are in chat, just all the Pepes, it kind of leaves me less than faithful that you, the consumer and the individual, could actually play a role in this. You see, theoretically, you could make this a massive point by just going to in this case for us over on this glorious side of the pond, where we could theoretically complain to this man and the FTC about how unfair the deal is, and maybe they listen. Or if you're over on the side of the pond that, gets free healthcare, like that's even that good of a deal, you could complain to the CMC. However, if it's between Britain, this guy, and you, I think we are all